So ever since it came out, everyone loved the SB130, but 27.5 isn't dead and this bike's gonna prove it. Hey guys, this is Kevin from Jenson USA, and we are here today to take a look at the brand new Yeti SB140. A couple weeks ago, Yeti introduced the SB165 to us. It's a 165 rear travel, 180mm fork with a 63.5 degree head angle. Now those are some pretty extreme numbers. It's great for bike parks and it's an awesome aggressive enduro rig, but it's not for everyone riding their local single track. This bike is well mannered and controlled, but when under the right rider, it likes to get rowdy and jump around. In 2019, Yeti had two different bikes in their 27.5 lineup, the SB5 and the SB6. For 2020, the Colorado company decided to merge both those bikes into the SB140. As you could probably guess, this bike has 140mm of rear suspension, a 160mm fork on the front, and it's the perfect bike for people who prefer a playful and agile ride. For you people that love speed, the Yeti still has their SB150 29er, but for those who love to jib and play around on every part of the trail, this bike is perfect for you. All right, now let's dive into the geo numbers a little bit. The SB140 comes with a 65 degree head angle with an offset fork. What that does is it gives this bike an aggressive stance while shortening the wheelbase slightly so you can still easily make it around single track turns. Moving a little bit further down the bike, the seat tube comes in at 77 degrees. While I was riding this bike, I felt that was the perfect angle. I never felt too far over the front of it. I also never felt too far over the rear tire. It's a perfect balance for this bike that I think works very well. Moving on to the back end of the bike, this bike has a 433mm chainstay, which I believe is the perfect length for a bike like this. Shorter chainstays are great for getting around tight corners and playfulness, but they're not super good at high speeds because the bike becomes less stable. On the contrary, a bike with long chainstays is very good at high speeds, but it's really hard to get around single track turns. For a bike with this wheel size, I feel 433s are a great way to go. The final measurement I want to talk about is the bottom bracket height. This bike comes in at 339mm, which is on the low side compared to some bikes, but I think for a bike with this amount of travel, it's totally fine. While I was climbing, I didn't often hit any rocks, and while I was descending through rocky sections, I didn't clip any pedals at all. I think overall, it's a great way for this bike to stay very stable, but still stay fun. At the heart of every Yeti full suspension mountain bike is their Switch Infinity suspension platform. Yeti describes it as a translating pivot. And what this does is it gives the bike a great pedaling efficiency, amazing small bump sensitivity, and super plush travel through the entire stroke of the shock. For all the tall riders out there, you'll be stoked to learn that both the large and the extra large of the 140 comes with a 175mm dropper post. A lot of companies still opt to put a 150 post on their large bikes and even some of their extra large bikes, which just leads to upgrades right out of the box. With this bike, you're gonna be ready to go right away. Yeti also want to emphasize that both the small and the extra small versions of this bike come with the same mainframe front triangle design as the other sizes, which means that yes, they all come with a water bottle cage inside the front triangle. If I have any criticisms to say towards the bike, one thing that I would like to see is possibly having a bash guard and crank boots on the models of carbon cranks. But again, that more has to do with a rider's location. Not everyone rides in an area that has rocks. And again, those are all pretty simple, inexpensive upgrades that you can easily add to the bike. The other thing personally, I'm 6'2", and this is a large, which I did feel right at home at with a 480mm reach. But if I was gonna buy this for my personal bike, I would probably go up to the extra large size. And one thing I really like about this bike is that Yeti does make it in an extra large. A lot of companies nowadays, with the rise of 29-inch wheeled bikes, usually just leave their largest sizes for those bikes and just have the 27.5 bikes in the smaller sizes for their shorter riders. Some people don't like to have the bigger wheels, but are still tall like me, so this is a perfect bike for them. All bikes from Yeti come with their lifetime guarantee, and all bikes from Jenson USA come shipped ready to ride in 3 minutes or less. All you have to do is pull the bike out of the box, throw that front wheel on, and you're ready to shred. If you're looking for a bike that's gonna give you confidence, is very playful, but still stays stable when it gets rough, this is a great choice for you. If you have any more questions about the Yeti SB140 or any other bikes in their range, please give our gear advisors a call. They always love to talk to you about it. Thanks for watching today. Have a great day, and always remember to keep pedaling.